Good.
So I think I share screen.
Yeah.
Boom. All right. Do we have everybody on? Can everybody see the first slide should be Talos, know before your HVAC fails?
Yep. We got it, and you were on the clock.
Perfect. Let me hit start, being a rule follower. All right. So that didn't work. Well, let's start with the team. I'm a seasoned entrepreneur. I built a HVAC business from $0 after I graduated MBA school. Everybody was going and getting good jobs, and I decided to start an HVAC business. Grew that from zero to about 30 million in revenue. Exited that to Johnson Controls in 2008. So I had a 10-year growth pattern. Explosive growth. It was a good time. Interest rates were low. It was great. So seasoned entrepreneur, MBA, bachelor's of engineering. I'm very fortunate to have a super team with me. One of the things I learned when I started my past business was having the best team. And that took me, I had 1,200 employees to get 100. So I hired and fired 1,100 people to get 100 key people in my last business. I started this business differently. Dr. Will Gathright, he holds a PhD in engineering, brilliant. He's the backbone of our technical arena. Mark Leonardo, professional engineer, done work all over the world. He is our operations guy. So out of the gate, I started with the right people, and it's proving to be beneficial because I can focus on CEO duties, Will can focus on technical, and Mark can focus on operations. So lesson learned, wish I learned it 20, 30 years ago. So we build check engine lights for air conditioners. And everybody would say, that's odd. Why would I have to worry about that? Well, if anybody has been in a building anywhere and the air conditioner has failed or the heating system has failed, it's a nightmare. So out there, 50% of the HVACs are installed incorrectly and or dying every day, and we don't know it. So that's a fairly large number of air conditioners that operate in a void. So in my previous life, when I had the contracting business, we'd put a unit in and things like that. And it always bothered me that I couldn't tell what was happening with it, right? I can have a Fitbit for my wrist. My car can call the manufacturer and tell me what's going on. But these air conditioners that cost hundreds of thousands of dollars don't talk to anybody. they're in their own little world. And most of them are having difficulties. So we built a product to solve that problem. So the solution is Talos IoT. We built a hardware and software business that has recurring revenue every month. And it monitors the HVAC system. It does not tie into the client's network. That's an important key security constraint, because if you talk to anybody in the government or in industrial plants or commercial buildings, they don't want you on their network. So we built a separate network that doesn't tie to anybody. We use one cell modem. It covers about a 3,000-foot radius, and it can pick up all the air conditioners and our specific hardware that's in the air conditioner to bring it out to the cloud. And this is a cloud-based business. We're cloud native. We monitor them 24/7. We use artificial intelligence to predict the failure, right? So, wouldn't it be nice to know you were going to have a problem 2 weeks from now? We can do that with artificial intelligence. And AI and machine learning is perfectly positioned for air conditioning. So the capital raise, we're looking for $6 million for software development, marketing, sales, product expansion. Obviously, we could do the valuation there, but we just closed several large contracts in the past month, and we're getting, I used to call it the scary point, right? You start pushing this rock up the hill, and eventually you get this rock to the top of the hill, and then you get to the other side of the hill and it starts rolling down. Well, I'm rolling down the hill now, and I'm trying to slow it down a little bit. So I know from my previous experience, we're going to run out of money quick as the sales and marketing ratchet up. So that's why we're asking for money right now. How does it work? All right, Mike, this sounds good. I really want to know what my air conditioner is doing. If you have two air conditioners, wouldn't it be nice to know if one was sick and one was not, or one was costing $3 an hour and one was costing $1 an hour, and they're the same size? So we take a piece of hardware, we put it into that air conditioning unit. Doesn't matter whose air conditioning unit it is. We're agnostic in that. The machine tells you its health, and when it gets sick, it sends out a work order to you, to a vendor, to whoever you want, your favorite person in the world. it goes to the phone. So we took out all the phone calls and things that normally happen, right? We only have to call somebody. We took that all out. We eliminated that problem. The machine makes the work order. The machine sends it to your favorite person. They say, hey, I need a new part. You buy the part from the app, and they go back to the building, fix it, and then the machine tells us that it's fixed. So the human doesn't tell us that. That's a problem in the world of air conditioning, right? We don't all have perfect technicians. So what we did was we put the intelligence in the cloud, and the machine opens and closes the work order. We're talking to the 5th largest manufacturer of air conditioning in the United States about them private labeling this app for them, because they see it as a way to drive spare parts revenue. They're currently doing about 50 million a year in spare parts, and we will drive at 20% a year. So how do we disrupt the supply chain? How do we make sure that when the thing breaks, we own that service call? Very simple. On the bottom is a 10-step process. That's normally what happens now. You walk into a building, it's hot, and you call somebody, and then the bottom row happens. That's 10 steps. In our world, we know exactly what unit failed, what part failed. The machine made the work order, sent it out, and we dispatch it to whoever you want, a service tech, and he goes and fixes it. So we disintermediated. We took out this whole value chain we did a 70% reduction. I remember I did HVAC for 20 years. I ran 100 people that all we did was this bottom row. We solved the biggest problems I had as a contractor with our 3-step process. Business model, it's $850 per board. Software as a service, $40 per ton year. So if you were thinking of a 15 or 100 square foot building, that's a 5-ton air conditioner. It's $200 a year. And it's every year, right? So we're engaged in that. We're deep in there. We have sticky revenue, very sticky revenue. Target markets, we've already closed industrials. We have a bunch of air conditioning contractors that are interested right now. And we're on about step 7 of the sales process out of 8 with the 5th largest HVAC manufacturer in the world. Addressable market is 69.7 billion, so fairly large. There's 3 channels in that market. And this is what people are saying about us. And I think I'm out of time.
I think that chirping was the 7-minute mark. Thanks, Mike.
Yep.
Nice job. Aaron, you are up next. Let's get the slides queued up. And so now that we're entering the 3rd